And we're back. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought
anyway, we're going back to the alpha thing.
Yeah,
I don't have time for it.
My bad.
I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not going down that. I'm not going down that road no more. I got to stay off that road. That road's bad for my health. Fucking being an alpha, right? So when alphas are alphas, and that's really what the gist of it is. Like, so my questions really need Ari to be in the room.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because you like I said,
right?
You literally the point, like you made the point. Like I said, like you can't argue with the statement that you made. Like you're either like, because really,
so like I'm moving to the relationship aspect of it, which is why the shit was listed the way it's listed. Like, so like poly by choice or poly by default.
It's by default.
That's how you feel. That's where you at with it, Mook?
Come on now. Let's keep it above. That shit's my default. Everybody has been brought up a certain way, and that's just what it is. Me, oh my God, how many times have we had that fucking conversation? Jesus. It's too many for me to count. And every time I bring it up to another motherfucker, it's like, I'd rather have a conversation with a can of paint. Because it's just...
Well, like now my whole, the alpha thing it ain't as simplistic as motherfuckers would like it to be. Like, at the end of the day, I ain't saying you got to be a bully. Like, I ain't saying no shit like that. I'm saying that if you are, you are, and you'll know based on how you are elevated in the circles and in the communities that you exist in. That's more where I was at with it. Like the alpha concept. Like, so, all right, glad you're back. Like women tend to say they want alphas, right? Aside from this, I want to get beat the fuck up shit. That's no go. That means you got some other shit going on with you. Just so you know, if y'all listening and you think alpha is associated with getting beat up, bitch, go get some help, because that's not what the fuck it's about. Like that's weird. That you get beat up. A beta motherfucker will beat your ass quicker than an alpha motherfucker. Alphas have no vested interest in putting their fucking hands on you in that way. That's weird. They try to make your life better. They're trying to guide you and teach you what it is to be properly treated and respected and loved on. Like trying to beat you the fuck up. Like, nah, it's weird. So all you bitches out here listening to this shit, if you think that, if that's what you asking for, you need to change your shit before motherfuckers like Vinny keep swiping left or right, whatever he's doing. Change that alpha shit. That's not what the fuck you want. Say, be truthful. I want a motherfucker to beat me up and choke me. Say that, and then a motherfucker will come beat you up and choke you. But all right.
I wouldn't even equate alpha male with toxic masculinity. I think if a man displays toxic masculinity, he's a fucking beta overcompensating. I think an alpha male protects his woman, like Dee said, guides her, teaches her, loves her. I don't think there's anything toxic about an alpha male. A beta motherfucker don't know where he going. An alpha does.
That's what I was going with. That's my, that was my understanding of it. Like, it didn't have to do with your individual actions, particularly in the bedroom. Like that's your personal choice. If you get with a chick and that's what she needs to have done to her, if that's what she needs to have done to her, you probably need to get her some help. And if you have the propensity to do it, you probably need to get some help. Mookie, are you okay? Whatever. Anyway, man, fucking this. So poly, but we're moving. Listen, all right, we moved on to poly by default, poly by choice. All right, alpha in every part of the animal kingdom, an alpha has its choice of mate. Once the alpha is identified, that is usually the the go-to. And I'm not saying everybody wants that particular thing. I'm saying that that's the reality of the thing. Like once the person has been identified as a protector, provider, a person who can educate you, take you to the next level, support you, do the things that need to be done for you. Typically, like as a woman, you understand, if I'm not mistaken, that you have to protect that by keeping it to yourself. Because if you tell your homegirls is probably going to get digged down too. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know. I don't have female friends.
Is it because there's right? Is it because they're slimy and they'll fuck your guy? Like,
that's probably why. Oh my god, that's probably why.
Yeah, like I'm curious, like the female perspective, like okay, because clearly, once again, it's one of the things that I've done extensive research on. I've been made aware that women don't like to choose things. You're indecisive. So once an alpha is identified and y'all see that, typically becomes y'all desire. Like if you see the guy who has provided a good home and is good at child rearing and helping out with his old lady, and he supports his old lady's dreams and all this other shit. Typically, that's why the side bitch comes in, because she wants that. That man has been identified as a quality suitor to produce offspring. And that's typically what happens.
I'm not a quality suitor. That's why I use condoms.
Continue. Sorry. That was continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's wild. But deep down, I think I knew it.
Ari is surprisingly quiet.
I didn't even hear what he said.
No,
not Vinny's comment.
Yeah, Vinny was being a dumbass. Don't worry about that.
Not Vinny's comment.
What D was saying.
I don't really disagree. But,
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, Ari. Let me ask you this, because I don't care. When you and D, at any point, correct me when I'm fucking this up. Okay. So
nope.
So at any point, so when you are looking for a potential mate, life partner, whatever you want to call it, to copulate, to fornicate, whatever the case, to reproduce, whatever it may be, what are you looking for per se? Like what characteristics drives you to reproduce with people?
Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Ideally.
It was
right. Someone that the confidence, intelligence, protective, provide, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I look for those things because how I was raised, we talked about this before, as being like strong. So I want somebody strong also. I don't have a problem making decisions, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm with a man, I want him to lead. You know what I'm saying? I want him to teach me things, not like he can't learn from me, but that's what the man is supposed to do, lead. And I'm supposed to trust that he's going to lead us in the right direction.
Okay. And I'm sorry. I mean, you're the only female, so I don't mean to put you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. It's just you are literally the only female on here, so it's like you gotta.
Mookie, you can ask me.
So, like when, because like you said, you said that you have this list of things, right? So damn, I lost my train of thought. You really fucked me up with that comment, and I really can't unhear it. It's like ringing in my ear. I can't unhear that shit.
I apologize for my outburst.
Never mind. Somebody else. I gotta collect myself. He fucked me all up with that shit. I can't.
So
I'm not.
Mookie,
Oh, go ahead, Ari. Uh oh.
Yes. Go ahead.
all right. Do you consider yourself an alpha?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was it.
I'll come back. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna keep picking on you, Ari. I'm just gonna move to the poly by default, poly by choice in real life, right? So you got the guy. He's doing what he's supposed to do. You don't feel wanting or lacking of anything. You've invested, he's invested in you. 2 years later, you find out he got a whole nother chick. How do you approach that?
I'm not into the poly lifestyle.
I didn't ask you if you were. That's why I said poly by default, poly by choice.
That situation to be over.
So what you're saying is you have a man who has done all of the things, fulfilled all of the requirements, and you were otherwise in your own personal utopia. And while having the ability to perform those things for you, he also did it for someone else. And you're saying it's a done deal. Why?
I don't want to share.
But you've been sharing. So why?
That's unknowingly sharing, and then I prefer to have a choice. That my choice in that situation, my choice would have been taken away.
So you start a business, and your business has you start a business, your business is 90% successful. You're gonna burn your whole business to the ground because 10% ain't fulfilled yet.
How did I know you're gonna say something like that?
Because you
I'm
listen to him
curious.
talk to me.
I wanna understand these things. So this is really what's happening, right? There's a book called The Black Man's Guide to Understanding a Black Woman, right? So Shahrazad Ali, dope, super dope book. She's done interviews, the whole shebang. Like this whole current trend of these red pill motherfuckers. Most of them is beta like a motherfucker, but it's interesting that that's your stance, because you're saying everything you've wanted and everything you've needed has been provided by this man over a time period, and you were unaware that you were sharing him. But the moment you become aware, what more could you ask for? You've been getting everything you asked for.
But it's a lie because at that time I'm thinking it's just
No. Stop. Listen, you're talking about your feelings. I'm asking you about the actual thing. You've been getting everything you asked for. Is it your ego? Is it your pride? I want to understand why the decision is made to burn down the building. As a woman, and don't get me wrong, men do it way more frequently than women, but I'm really curious as to why women do it.
I don't know.
See, I understand why men do it. Men do it because of our pride and our ego. And we are quick to tell a motherfucker our pride and our ego was bruised. That's the reality of the situation. It ain't because you fuck somebody else. I don't give a fuck about that. I wasn't the first dick in you, probably won't be the last. Not really concerned with that part. However, my ego is bruised because you chose to fuck some motherfucker.
Let me try to assist Ari. And Ari, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think there is no grand explanation. She doesn't want to share. That
okay. See, listen, Mook, listen. I get the statement. I don't want to share.
Right.
I do. I completely get the statement. I don't want to share. The problem I have with understanding why the decision is made is because it's completely irrational and totally not. Now, as men, when we make the decision, we know it was like when women say men are not emotional. No, we are. We way more emotional because you come home, tell me you just got finished sucking dick. We gonna have a problem. We'll have a whole fucking problem. However, as a woman, when I present that everything has been taken care of, you have zero complaints. And it just so happens you find out he has been doing this for another woman. Why, in that moment, does sharing become an issue? Because in actual fact, you have been already sharing. So what do you mean you don't want to share?
Just like you've always, there are known knowns and there are known unknowns.
Listen, let me stop you. Let me stop you. As much as I love that saying, because we reference it from the Boondocks, do you know where the saying came from? Upon the invasion, Donald Rumsfeld was asked about the weapons of mass destruction, and that was his stupid ass answer. So that shit sounds fucking stupid.
And you're right. However, as you always, okay, you were looking for something that you're never gonna get the answer to it. You can
listen, eventually I will get the answer. I need some, listen,
you know what?
Wait.
Okay, what's up?
So just think about it. It probably is ego because it's like, if you have to step outside of me, am I not enough? Or are you?
No, you're not. Listen. To answer your question, no one person can be everything for everybody. We all know that logically. We say that to one another on a regular basis. No one person can be one thing for everybody. It's not possible. So now I'm back to the logic of it. Why is the decision being made? Because you're willing to burn down your house because one window was broke.
I keep trying to tell you.
Other windows are gonna get bust the fuck out because something like that can fuck up your self-esteem, your confidence. No, you're not.
It's esteem of your motherfucking self.
I knew. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it. I thought about doing it, but It's so rare that Ari talks that I didn't even want to take the job. I didn't want to fuck it out. But I was.
So you already knew Ari was gonna find that shit funny. Like okay.
No, not the funny fact because it was hilarious.
The same would hold true for men, right? Men will burn down the whole relationship, except for we own it and we say this is what happened. But women are immediately putting it off on the guy. But in my scenario, the guy hasn't faltered in what his obligation was to you. That is why I asked the question the way I asked it. If you ask me for $100,000 and I give you $100,000, can you be mad if I'm a billionaire and you didn't know and I had $1 billion and you could have asked for $1 million? No, I gave you what you asked for. In every other scenario, logically, we make the correct decision. I'm trying to understand why in this scenario, we choose not to. And don't get me wrong, most men do not immediately burn the house down. We take a minute to burn the house down. So it's never an immediate thing because we get self-reflective and all introspective too and start thinking, well, what the fuck did we do wrong? Where did we fucking have a shortcoming, blah, 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 blah. And then when there ain't no answers and when there's lies and when there's bullshit, that's when it becomes a problem. Women don't do that. Women are saying, I just don't want to share. But you've been sharing. Fuck you mean you don't want to share? You can't even eat the whole pizza. How you mad because I gave away half the pizza and you only eat 2 slices every time we sit down? There's 14 slices of pizza here.
Maybe I like leftovers. Shit, I'm gonna eat it.
Clearly, you're getting the leftovers.
Did you just say you like sloppy seconds? Did you say that shit out loud?
I didn't even mean for it to sound like that.
Let it go, bro. Let it go, D. Let it go.
I mean, I'm like I said, I was curious. The poly by choice, poly by default, and
it's
keep in mind, listen. So we solely have remained focused on one aspect of it. You say you don't want to share, right? What is it that you require from a man? Or are you the only person in the room that can answer this?
I was waiting because I was just to be real quiet.
What do the rest of them?
You've already said this. Listen, you've already said this answer, just so you're aware.
Then when I ask you, so just repeat your answer.
Monogamy.
No. Now that this is the conversation, that's what you're asking for. But that is not one of the answers you gave previously.
Oh, I guess like the monogamy part is a given. You know what I'm saying? Nobody expects to be like one of many.
Everybody expects to be one of many because we are.
D.
That's another fact.
D.
Come on, man.
No. Listen, y'all say whatever y'all want to say. At the end of the day, when you ask a woman what she wants, she gives you an answer. You give her exactly what she asked for. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's always a problem. You're right.
You ask the woman what she don't want, she got a long list of shit. You ask the man what he wants, he tells you what he wants, it's a problem. It's not happening. You ask the man what he don't want, I'm not those other bitches. Why you think I'm gonna do that? I just want to get us all on equal playing field. That's all. I just really want to understand it. The initial question was asked. She asked for particular things. Monogamy was not one of them. And then she makes the assumption that there's monogamy by default. You get monogamy by default if you can completely take care of all of those needs for me. You get monogamy by default. However, the problem that's going to arise is you are unwilling to be a sexual receptacle for the needs of a man at his whim. There will be days you will be tired. There will be days you will be uninterested. There will be days you have a headache. There will be days the kids need attention. You will have your own life and things you want to do. That is not conducive to my desire to have sex with you all of the time. So at this point, what you're saying is, babe, I'm hungry. Yeah, I'll be ready in 2 days to feed you. You sound fucking crazy. That sounds fucking crazy. I really want a steak, babe. I'm making hamburgers today. Knowing full well I can go get a steak other places. So I'm curious why this is a thing. Because all of the needs you asked for were met. Protection, provision, teaching, educating, being supportive, all of these things were met. I say the man's giving you everything you asked for, and then you find out he also did it for someone else. Then you said, I don't want to share. But you were already sharing. You were taken care of. You were in bliss. The kids was outside playing baseball, threw a baseball through your window. You're like, oh my God, the whole house is fucked up because the window's broke. Burn the house down. Is it even your house to burn down, or did we build this house together? Should you just walk away from the house? Why I got to be burnt down?
Sell it. Sell the house.
I'm just curious. That's all. I would really like for listeners to come see me about this one.
I'm gonna tell you straight up.
He said he wants all the smoke.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. You already know, and we've had this conversation many a time. You can bring 100 women on this podcast, and all 100 of them will say the same shit.
You know what? And that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the fucking problem right there.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you. It doesn't.
But no, see, so without actually broaching the topic, no one gets to chime in on it because it's like, oh, well, they avoided that. They didn't say that. No, I'm saying it. Fuck y'all crazy. Role reversal. And when I talk about role reversal, I mean, we live in a society today, particularly in our community, where women have more earning potential than the men. So if she goes out of the home and she is the primary breadwinner, because she can go get a job that makes upwards of $125,000 a year, how does that work? All right.
I don't know.
Wait, pause. You know, you have an idea. And I'm asking you because you're a woman, not because you're representative of all women, but it's a curious thing to say, like, because you talk about role reversal, and when we say it, when we talk about being a protector and a provider, most people think the provision is money. However, I like to use the scenario, if we live in a house, the neighbors across the street are unlikely to fuck with you, break in your house or whatever. So I provided something for you. If you live in a house, the harassment and the fuckery you're going to experience is going to be distinctly different than if we live in a house together. Yet, when we talk about provisions, most of us were referring to finance. But we're all smart enough to know now that you have more earning potential. You can literally go out and get a job in multiple different fields where you can earn more to bring into the household. However, for some reason, women tend to be like, you know what? I want a man who is equally yoked, or makes more than me. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? So if you make $100,000, I need to make $100,000. Why do I need to make $100,000 if you make $100,000? Why can't we live within our means and take trips together? Because if we both got $100,000 a year jobs, it's unlikely we're gonna be getting off at the same time. And listen, honestly, if we both got $100,000 a year jobs, you're sharing me because you ain't available.
That's a little too much truth. Is my microphone on? Can y'all hear me?
I heard you.
Okay,
Mookie
just making
laughed.
sure.
I laughed at you. I laughed at you, dude. It was fun. I gave you the chuckle.
The chuckle. Thank you.
Thank you for the chuckle. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we're not gonna play that game. Very well. Just so y'all know, listeners, y'all don't want to smoke with that one either. For everyone here, well, number one, either of y'all, Mook, Vinny, what's y'all stance on the role reversal thing?
I think it's an improper term.
It was specifically written that way for the point that I stated. The roles aren't reversed, the finances are reversed. But everyone assumes the provisional role is finance, and that's not true.
I'm confused.
That is definitely not true.
I'm confused by the question. Can you?
Okay, Mook. So say you finally get Candace Patton. See, I got you. Alley-oop, bro.
Oh,
Candace, hey girl.
that was foul.
Hey girl. This for you, baby. This for you. Go ahead.
So say you get Candace Patton, Mook.
Mm-hmm.
But Candace Patton's requirement is she thinks you sexy as hell. She like, oh, bald head motherfucker. He got his shit about him. Got this podcast. He's getting it cracking. I love the way he talk. I love everything he say. But you need to make as much as I make or more.
So where's the question? What? Because it's not gonna happen. It's not a real thing. That's not.
But see, you're not going. Listen, you wouldn't approach her under those terms.
No,
because you're aware that the money is the money. Bitch, I'm still who I am. I'm still the man. I'm still gonna hold you down. When we out in Walmart and somebody see your ass, the nigga who walked by you ain't finna smack you on the ass because you with me.
Yeah, your money ain't finna stop that. My money ain't gonna stop that from happening. I'm gonna stop that shit.
So listen, that's my point. Your role is still the same, but everyone who talks about providing and protecting makes the assumption the finance is what does that, and that's simply not the case.
I agree with you. That I agree. That's why I didn't understand. I didn't understand the overall question because I don't. I mean,
yeah, like keep it a buck. You got a chick. She make $250,000 a year, and then she say, "Well, you're not as ambitious as I need you to be." Bitch, you make $250,000 a year. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't need to. Like, I'm good.
I'm here to support you.
Yeah,
right.
Like, that's weird. Like, that shit's weird. Like, they let money define a lot of shit. And I'm like, the money don't, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, because it don't make no sense. Because, like you said, what's the point of two people you making 200,000, I'm making 100,000, but to do what? To work? To not do shit?
So now, when you want to go to Greece and fuck on the balcony, we can't, because we can't get off at the same time.
Exactly. Like, my schedule and your schedule are never gonna fucking work. If you're making that kind of money, your schedule is never gonna let you.
But unless you're a whole entrepreneur or entertainer, I will add that caveat. I understand that.
Hell, even entertainers, their schedules ain't that fucking. lose it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I would assume between fucking having to do reshoots and stay in shape and stay with and like fly off like I mean I don't know when you're living that lifestyle, when you're making that kind of money, that lifestyle comes with demands and you have to meet those demands. Like for me, if I made that kind of money, I would not expect a woman to make that kind of money. Now
that's because men are reasonable and we don't want money from the women. We don't care. Like that's why the motherfucking doctor marries the high school sweetheart who doesn't finish her medical degree and she gives him fucking kids. I don't give a fuck about your money, bitch. I don't care. Your money don't make me no more comfortable or less comfortable. Unless you're the only person making money, it doesn't make a difference at that point. Like, no. Like you hear this story all the time. High school sweetheart, he's in the 12th grade, she's in the 9th grade, right? He goes off to college, he starts his fucking little thing, he takes the bar, she's about to graduate, he comes back, takes her to the prom, blah, 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 gets pregnant, she gives him kids for fucking the next 10 years, then she goes to school or gets a little business, got her little boutique or whatever, and he's some successful lawyer or some successful doctor. No one bats an eye because this is the norm. She didn't bring shit to the relationship at all, except for her ability to produce offspring and fucking be supportive to him. Have you ever heard the reverse?
No.
Exactly. Fuck.
No. Not even a little bit. That's not even a real thing.
No, like, it is what it is. Right.
No, but that's a really good idea for one of them damn Lifetime or Hallmark movies that would be like
it ain't going
perfect.
Listen, it ain't going because women don't want to see that shit because they got their little movement and they don't want to be held accountable for a motherfucking thing.
Hey, Vinny, you can't put that on Lifetime.
Not all women are like that.
You know what? You know who says that? The outliers. And outliers don't define an entire group of people. Listen, I'm not even saying the liars. I'm saying the outliers. If 10% of the people are bad on one end and 10% of the people are good on the other end, the 80% of the people in the middle who fall into the middle, that is the truth. If I can conduct an experiment and get the fucking same result 80% of the time, I'm comfortable in saying this experiment works.
80% of the time, it works every time.
That was appropriate.
So yes, we are aware there are a few women in the world who do not necessarily mind being held accountable for some things. But when you start to fucking cut down the cake, the reality of the situation is, by and large, no. He need to accept you as you are. Bullshit. You need to fix yourself. I'm this way because I'm this sign. No, bitch, you need to fix yourself. Oh, I'm just toxic. No, bitch, fix yourself. Well, you all right, Mookie? You mumbling.
That sign shit boils my blood. That shit boils my fucking blood, man. I can't. I shit you not. I really want to punch. I be wanting to punch bitches in the face when they say that shit.
Like, oh, I'm hard-headed because I'm a Taurus.
Like, all right, come
bullshit.
Here, fucking knock you your fucking top of your fucking dome.
You hard-headed because you're stubborn and you're fucking selfish and you're just hard-headed. It doesn't have anything to do with you being a Taurus.
Exactly. Don't blame that shit on your side. Fucking shit.
So, that's how that works. Like, look, I would love to be like, oh, women are cool with being held accountable. No, that's typically not the case. Like, that's just not true at all whatsoever. I mean, not even a little bit.
That is a hard statement to say, like, because there's not I mean, just on my end alone, I can't even name one that's been like, oh, you know what? It's my fault. She might be a man. If anybody's ever, I really believe that.